Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing today? Hey, I just wanted to get out here today. It's a beautiful day out. Sorry about the camera action there. And I wanted to make this video. I've been thinking about this the last couple days. I recently saw a creator's video that gave me an idea for something. And then I went and watched a couple other videos that I had in my video library, and I added that to what I already seen with this other video, and I come up with what I think is a really great idea for the video that I'm doing today. So now, give you a little bit of information here that will kind of play into this. I thought about doing it from the house, and I thought, I could do it out in the backyard, or I could do it in the easy chair, but it just didn't seem to, really set good with me. So I got to thinking, and I thought, well, I need to figure some place to do this other than here. Well, the other day I went over to my dad's house, and right now, where I'm at is about 5 miles, 6 miles from my house. Excuse me, I had to put something down there real quick. Over my back shoulder here is hillside, and over my shoulder is facing east. As I turn around this way, now you're looking north. And I'm not going to face full on into the sunset, because I've got about an hour's worth of daylight left. And now the camera's looking south. So anyway, what I wanted to share with you is this geographical location. That I loved this place when I was a kid, as a teenager. Sorry about the camera there, out of frame. I'm at the south end of town in what we call the Cut. And the reason we call it the Cut is it's a great big huge cut in the hillside where I'm standing. And to give you an idea, I'm going to turn it this way a little bit, and I'm hoping that the sun glare won't mess this up. But as you look below me, I'm about 200 foot or so above a set of railroad tracks that runs through the middle of this cut. And I used to come here with some friends. We were rail fans, we were into the railroad thing. Always have been, we still are. I think model railroading is a great hobby. So, just always into it. And this was one of our favorite places to come to take pictures of all the trains that came through back in the day. And it was a transitional period when I was growing up, and teenager in the mid to late 70s. And you could sometimes see all kinds of different things on lines running through town. Now, to give you an idea of the geographical location, a better idea of the geographical location where I'm at. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around this way, but not too much, because the sun's getting ready to come down and the glare will kill the camera. But hold it up here a little bit. Okay, just on the other side of that bank, you go down over the hill, and there's a park that runs along through here. Goes up a good ways up here through this green spot, just past, the edge of the cut where it starts to slope back down. But anyway, just on the other side of that green space for the park, which runs the full length of this cut, is a state highway. I'm sure you can hear the cars passing through. This shot here, you may be able to see some of the cars making their way north and south. It makes a split kind of right over in there. And the southbound is towards the west side, and the northbound is towards the east side. And then it makes another split at the north end of town, up by where I used to live. And there's a lot of history in this geographical area I'm at right now. Okay, and if you can see these buildings, these houses down below me here, just beyond that, I don't know if you can make it out or not, and I can't quite point to it because it's just hard to see in the camera when I'm looking at it because of the glare over my, over my shoulder from the sun. But anyway, there's a river that runs parallel to the road, parallel to the train tracks below me. And if you can see the river on the other side, there's an open green space, which is a field, and then another tree line. And right along that tree line is another railroad. So we have two railroads running through here. The one right below me is Norfolk Southern, and the one on the other side is CSX. And like I said, it was always a great area, and I always did love this hillside. I thought it was one of the coolest things ever. I mean, there are a lot of really nice places, beautiful places in this country. And just this little slice of it, my little slice, I always really liked this spot right here, up on this hillside. Now they've kind of cut this hillside down a little bit. If you're seeing this, they removed about 20, 25, 30 feet of it along this top here. I'm not sure why. But it doesn't really matter. You get the idea. It's a beautiful geographical location. You got the town up north here above me. And, there's all kinds of little landmark things across the hillside. You have radio towers, and you have microwave towers and water towers and things like that. I can make a few of them out. Anyway, it got me to thinking, after I'd watched this one video, and after I'd watched a couple others in my history, and in a couple of playlists that I've made up, that this would give me the great idea for what I'm about to show you. So I'm sitting there thinking about it. And as a prepper type, survivalist type, you have time sometimes to think about tactical things, because in this world that we live in now, it's a good idea to learn things that have like a military tactical bearing, because you may have people that in a really bad situation, take your pick of your favorite acronym. The end of the world as we know it, shit hit the fan, raw. It's all basically the same thing. Bad news for everyone. And in these situations, the bad guys are going to be out in numbers, because it's going to be a free-for-all if it comes down to those particular situations. Right now it's getting to that point now. It's almost like there's no, no holds barred. And so learning some military tactics could possibly save your bacon one of these days, because I'm guessing that a lot of these groups will have at least a few members in it that have some kind of military background, and they'll step up and they'll, say, well, I know things, and we can do this and we can do that, and we'll set up this ambush for this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So anyway, on the subject of tactics, I got to thinking about this by watching this video, and it put me of a mind of, guys out on patrol. And you'll see some of these war movies, and there's other movies. Excuse me while I reach down and grab something here on the ground here. That they'll be out on a patrol and they'll be getting ready to do something. And the leader, whoever it is, it's a sergeant, it's a captain, lieutenant, whatever, they'll find a patch of dirt, and then they'll scratch out some geographical locations in this patch of dirt. Say, this is the river, and this is the railroad tracks, and this is the road, and so on and so forth. And they might even put little rocks down to denote certain features, or maybe hostile forces or whatever. You get the idea. So anyway, I got to thinking about this, and there's always one person, and it's usually the leader, has some sort of admin pouch that he keeps maps in, or maybe it's one of the other members of the group, but somebody has got some kind of admin pouch where they keep maps. Maybe they keep range cards in it for certain ambush sites or whatever. But they keep all this information in one place. And I got to thinking about this, and them drawing in the dirt and stuff like this. And then all of a sudden it hit me that I could come up with a modern day version that's a little bit more tactical and gives a better representation of certain things. And that is by using, excuse me while I get it together here, a whiteboard. A small 8.5 by 11 whiteboard from your local Walmart, your local whatever store. There's dozens of them out there. And you could take on this whiteboard and you could draw out these features by using colored markers. They have all kinds of rainbow colors nowadays. So you could have a handful of these things in the 8 primary colors and use this to lay out geographical features along like where we're at right up here on the hill making this video. So you would use maybe the black for the road, maybe some of the buildings, whatever. Railroad tracks. Now, most maps that I've ever seen, railroad tracks were represented by a single line with a set of crosshatch lines either at 90 degrees to that main line or at a slight angle to represent the rails and the cross ties. And then, of course, you'd have the river back over on the other side there. You would have it and the other rail line. So now, with this multiple set of colors that I've got here, this 4-pack, you've got green, blue, red, and black. Now, the whiteboard came with a black marker, so I've got 2 black markers. So I could take, say, maybe the blue and use it for the river. I could take black and draw the rail line with the little crosshatch marks. I could make a line running parallel with it for the road. And of course the river runs parallel with those. And then you could use, say, the red for other certain things, like maybe, from where I'm standing right now, I can see a cell tower across on the other hillside, at least 2 water towers. And up north of town, I see all kinds of radio towers, cell towers here and there, everywhere. You get the idea. One of the geographical features that I'm also looking at as I look up towards town, there's a church with a very large steeple on top of it. It's the highest steeple in town. I forget exactly which church it is. I think it's the Lutheran church. I may be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it is the Lutheran church. But anyway, you would take these markers and draw these things down, and then you could show everybody, this is this and this is that, and we're going to do this here, and at a certain time we'll do this, and so on and so forth. And the nice part about it is, because it's a whiteboard, and because they're dry erase markers, if for whatever reason you were in a tactical situation and the bad guys were maybe going to overrun you, and you were afraid that they would be able to use that information against you or your group or whoever, with a single swipe of your sleeve or your hand, doesn't matter, it all disappears. And I just thought it was a really great idea for a video, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So there you go. You might want to think about putting one of these in your pack. Now, a lot of people would complain, yeah, well, you know, you're adding extra weight to your pack, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, the thing probably weighs less than a pound. We're talking ounces. I could live with it myself. And if you can't, well, you know, that's you. That's on you. But I think it would make a great addition for a group, let's say maybe going out on a patrol somewhere, and they were going out for maybe a sneak and peek, and you could use it to put down information. And if you were not worried about being compromised, you could leave that information on it, carry it back to, say, your home base or your whatever you want to call it, and then share the information with everybody else, and, you know, maybe form some kind of tactical plan doing it. Or, you know, the basics, you know, just everybody in the group, okay, this is this and this is this. Okay, Joe, I want you here. Sam, I want you there. Fred, I want you here. This is how we're going to do it, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you get the idea. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. I'll take either one. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm just trying to grow my channel again. Started this thing out about 12 years ago, and due to some health issues and other things, I just kind of let it languish a little bit and didn't really do a whole heck of a lot with it. And now I'm trying to start it all over again, and so I'm hoping that if you really like these videos, you'll subscribe to my channel. I hope that you do, because I've got a lot more great content coming. If you do subscribe, give me a thumbs up so that you'll be notified when my next video comes out. And leave any comments that you like. You know, I don't have a lot of people commenting and views on my channel right at the moment, but that's just because I'm getting started. And, you know, some of the videos are, you know, they're okay, but, you know, they're not maybe really great superstar video content. So, you know, I'm working on it. And I can tell you guys right now, I don't do any editing because I do not have the time to edit. It takes too much time. I've got very little time as it is for a lot of things. And so my time is valuable. And so what you see is exactly what you get. No editing. It's raw footage, and that's the way I'm going to keep it because, yep, I just don't have the time. So anyway, I hope you guys like this, and watch again. You know, I'll be coming up with some more here for too long. Haven't put anything out for about a week or two, and that was my own fault because I just got really busy with stuff. This time of the year, I've got extra side things I'm, doing here and there, trying to get some stuff done for myself, doing things for other friends, family, whatever. And yeah, sometimes time gets away from me, just like always, so I hope you'll bear with me. So we'll see y'all again pretty soon, and y'all take care, stay safe, and keep on prepping. We're going to need it one of these days, a lot sooner than what most people realize. So be careful, be safe, and we'll see y'all then. But